Hidden deep within remote jungles, vast deserts, and isolated mountains are tribes so rare and fascinating, most people don't even know they exist. These communities have preserved ancient customs, unique languages, and extraordinary ways of life untouched by modern civilization. From breathtaking traditions to unbelievable rituals, prepare to journey into the heart of cultures that will leave you amazed, intrigued, and questioning everything you thought you knew about the world. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell, so let's get started. Nestled in the lower Omo Valley of southwestern Ethiopia, the Mursi, who call themselves Mun, are a Surmic ethnic group numbering just over 11,000 people as of 2007. Their lives weave together pastoral traditions, vivid body art, and rich oral history. They cherish a leisurely lifestyle filled with music, storytelling, social chatter, and expressive body painting that serves both symbolic and practical purposes, like deterring insects or offering sun protection. One of their most striking customs is ceremonial dueling known as donga, a stylized form of combat using large wooden sticks. It's more than a contest of strength. It's a rite of passage, a display of courage and manhood often observed by potential brides. However, what truly garners global attention are the lip plates worn by Mursi women. Starting around ages 15-16, a girl's lower lip is pierced and gradually stretched over months. A wooden or clay plug initially replaces the healed incision, later exchanged for a crafted plate, typically ranging from 8 centimeters to over 20 centimeters in diameter. These plates are not merely decorative, they symbolize beauty, fertility, and identity. And although earlier anthropologists linked their size to the bride price, scholars now argue the significance lies in female pride and cultural expression. This tradition has also become a livelihood. Mursi villages, particularly those near Mago National Park, often charge tourists to photograph them, creating a complex dynamic between cultural preservation and external fascination. Yet, underneath the tourist gaze, many who spend time with the Mursi report that they are inquisitive, resilient, and far more welcoming than sensational headlines suggest. The Aghori are a secretive and extreme ascetic sect of Hinduism, specifically rooted in the Tantric Shaivite tradition and centered largely in Varanasi, North India. Positioned on the fringes of mainstream Hindu society, they claim spiritual liberation, moksha, by transcending societal taboos, blurring lines between sacred and profane, life and death, purity and impurity. Embracing practices considered shocking by most Hindus, Aghoris often dwell in cremation grounds, smearing their bodies with ashes from funeral pyres and using human skulls as ritual cups or jewelry. In some cases, they partake in post-mortem rituals, which may include consuming flesh from corpses, a highly controversial act believed to affirm the underlying unity of existence. Nothing is inherently impure. Philosophically, the Aghori adhere to a non-dualistic Advaita worldview. By confronting death, decay, and fear directly, they seek to break down internalized notions of separation and discrimination, achieving spiritual wholeness. Their origins trace back to medieval tantric sects like the Kapalikas, but the modern Aghori tradition is often credited to Baba Kinaram from the 17th-18th century, who established a codified spiritual path for adherents. Adding a layer of complexity to their rituals, some Aghori practices include using intoxicants and even poison-laced mixtures, such as aconitum ferox blended with cannabis, to trigger altered states of consciousness intended to strip away ego, fear, and dualistic thinking. Tucked away in Ethiopia's remote Omo Valley, the Bodi, also known as Mayan, are a semi-nomadic, agro-pastoral community numbering around 10,000–13,000 people. Living in one of the hardest-to-reach environments, they maintain an enduring lifestyle rooted in cattle rearing, barter systems, and seasonal migration. Their identity is deeply entwined with cattle. Viewed as sacred symbols of wealth and status, livestock are central to everything, from dowries and divination to food security. But what truly sets the Bodi apart is their extraordinary Kayan festival, sometimes called the Holiday of the Fat Men. Each year, starting several months before the event, men chosen by their families undergo a rigorous fattening process. They retreat to huts and consume only milk, cow blood, and occasionally honey, sometimes doubling their body weight in preparation. On the day of Kayan, contestants emerge, often covered in clay and ash, and parade around a sacred tree while performing dances and tribal rituals. Judges then decide who is the fattest and award him with community-wide honor, fame, and prestige, especially in the eyes of potential spouses. Beyond the spectacle, KL serves as a living testament to discipline, social support, and cultural continuity. The festival strengthens communal bonds and reinforces the symbolic power of fertility, abundance, and traditional roles. The Wodaabe, Fula Wodaabe, meaning people of the taboo, are a unique nomadic subgroup of the Fulani ethnic group, primarily found across the Sahel, in Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Nigeria, and the Central African Republic. Their population is relatively small, around 100,000 as of early 2000s estimates, and they are celebrated for maintaining traditional, semi-nomadic, cattle-herding lifestyles. Rooted in pastoral nomadism, the Wodaabe follow seasonal migrations guided by the search for water and grazing lands. Their diet is largely milk-based, supplemented by millet and occasional meat during special events. Islam influences their culture but often blends with older animistic beliefs. Their moral code, Pulaku, includes values like modesty, semtinda, patience, munyal, forethought, hakilo, loyalty, amana, and a deep-rooted emphasis on beauty and charm. Their most famed tradition is the Garawal, also spelled Garawal, an annual courtship festival held at the close of the rainy season, often in Ingal, Niger, as part of the larger Kurseli gathering. Young men adorn themselves with elaborate makeup, feathers, and ornaments, emphasizing features like tall stature, white eyes, and bright teeth. They perform the Yake dance, a hypnotic, repetitive group dance of song, clapping, and swaying, designed to mesmerize and impress female judges. Female judges, typically young and eligible for marriage, assess the contestants based on beauty, charm, stamina, and dance skill. Winning in the Garawal means not just prestige, it can open doors to marriage or courtship. The ritual affirms traditional beauty ideals and maintains social cohesion through cultural expression. The Masai tribe. Straddling the open plains of Kenya and northern Tanzania, the Masai are one of East Africa's most recognizable tribes. Known for their bright red shuka cloth, intricate beadwork, and towering jumps in the Adumu dance, they have preserved their semi-nomadic lifestyle for centuries. Cattle are at the heart of Masai culture, serving as both food and a measure of wealth, while their spiritual life centers around Enkai, the supreme creator, led by spiritual healers called Laban. The Masai practice unique customs, from elaborate initiation rites to spitting as a sign of blessing. But in recent years, they have faced growing challenges. Land loss, forced evictions, and pressures from tourism and conservation projects threaten their way of life. Still, the Masai remain a powerful symbol of resilience and cultural pride in East Africa. The Apatani tribe. Nestled in the lush Zero Valley of Arunachal Pradesh, India, the Apatanis are known for their breathtaking terraced paddy fields and innovative farming techniques that blend rice cultivation with fish farming, all without the use of machinery or animals. Traditionally, Apatani women were recognized for their striking beauty, which once drew unwanted attention from neighboring tribes. To protect themselves from abductions, many women wore large nose plugs called yapping hurlo and tattooed dark lines on their faces, a practice now banned but remembered as a powerful symbol of resilience. The Apatanis follow a unique form of animism called Doni Polo, worshipping the sun, Doni, and moon Polo as life-giving forces. Rich festivals like Mioko and Dri mark their agricultural calendar, blending ritual, song, and dance. Despite modern influences, the Apatani remain a UNESCO candidate for their sustainable lifestyle, intricate culture, and harmony with nature. The Kayan people, also called the Padang, are a subgroup of the Red Karen ethnic group, originally from Myanmar's Shan and Kaya states. Today, while most still live in Myanmar, a smaller number, about 600, reside in special villages in northern Thailand, where their unique cultural tradition has become a major tourist attraction. From as young as 5 years old, Kayan girls begin wearing brass neck rings, adding more coils as they grow. The rings do not actually lengthen the neck, but rather push the collarbones down and compress the ribcage, creating the illusion of a longer neck. sometimes up to 15 inches. The reasons for this practice remain debated. Some say it's a mark of beauty, others believe it protects women from tiger attacks, while some link it to myths of resembling dragons, important in their folklore. In recent years, the tradition has been declining in Myanmar, with many younger women removing their coils due to modernization and changing attitudes. In Thailand, however, the coils have become central to tourism, with visitors paying for photographs and handicrafts. This has brought income, but also sparked controversy. Critics say these long-neck villages can resemble human zoos, where some women have limited freedom to leave and lack access to education or proper healthcare. The Kayan's long-neck tradition remains one of the most striking and debated cultural practices in the world, a blend of beauty, identity, and controversy that continues to capture global fascination. The Himba tribe. Living in the arid Kunene region of northern Namibia and southern Angola, the Himba are a semi-nomadic pastoral people famous for their striking red appearance. This comes from a paste called otjizi, made of butterfat and red ochre, which women apply to their skin and hair. It serves not only as a beauty enhancer, but also as protection against the harsh desert sun and insect bites. The Himba's elaborate hairstyles and jewelry signal age, marital status, and social position, making personal adornment a vital part of their identity. Cattle are central to Himba life, symbolizing wealth and sustenance, while their homes, small cone-shaped huts, are built from a mix of earth and cattle dung. They follow ancestral worship, believing in a god called Mukuru and communicating with ancestors through the sacred fire, Okuruo, which is never allowed to go out. Despite modern influences, the Himba have preserved much of their traditional way of life, though droughts, climate change, and tourism are slowly reshaping their future. The Drokpa, also called Brokpa or Monaro, are a small Indo-Aryan community living in the remote villages of Dha, Hanu, and nearby areas in Ladakh, India. With a population of only about 3,000–4,000, they stand out for their distinct appearance, colorful attire, and fascinating customs. They trace their ancestry to Aryan or Dardic origins, with local legends claiming they descended from Alexander the Great's soldiers who stayed behind in the Himalayas. Speaking the Brokskat language, they maintain traditions that set them apart from Ladakh's Tibetan Buddhist majority. The Drokpa are easily recognized by their goatskin cloaks, floral headdresses, shells, and silver ornaments, which they wear daily and during festivals. Historically, they were known for their liberal views on relationships, including wife-swapping and public displays of affection, customs believed to promote social bonding and openness within the community. While this practice is now rare and mostly discontinued, it remains a defining part of their cultural history. Today, the Drokpa continue to preserve their heritage, attracting travelers fascinated by their unique blend of ancient customs, striking dress, and mysterious origins. The Karo tribe lives along the banks of the Omo River in southern Ethiopia and is one of the smallest ethnic groups in the Omo Valley, with a population of only about 2,000–3,000 people. They are renowned for their elaborate body and face painting, using white chalk, charcoal, ochre, and even yellow mineral rock to create intricate patterns. These designs aren't just for beauty. They hold cultural and spiritual meanings, often used during dances, festivals, and rituals to attract partners or symbolize strength and courage. The Karo are agro-pastoralists, depending on cattle and small-scale farming of sorghum and maize. Scarcity of resources and the harsh environment mean community cooperation is vital for survival. Men are known for wearing ostrich feathers and carrying rifles, while women decorate themselves with beads, shells, and scars as a sign of beauty and resilience. Scarification, especially among women, is a rite of passage and a mark of social identity. Although modernization and land pressures threaten their traditional lifestyle, the Karo remain one of Africa's most visually striking tribes, preserving customs that have fascinated anthropologists and travelers from around the world. From the lip plates of the Mursi to the scarred beauty of the Karo, these tribes remind us that the world is far richer and more diverse than we often realize. Their customs, beliefs, and traditions may seem strange to outsiders, but to them, they are a proud inheritance passed down for generations. As modern life creeps closer, Many of these cultures face the challenge of preserving their identity in a rapidly changing world. Which of these tribes fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from around the globe.